Hello everybody. Welcome back to Scene Spear Gaming. My name is Matt.
And I'm Jordan.
We've got more Ori in the Blind Forest here, and apparently I'm slightly rusty with navigating the terrain and whatnot.
Rusty, you say?
Holy cow. This is kind of insane.
Yeah, really. Whenever you get to the fire level, you know you're getting pretty far in the game.
Okay. So, I went into like the two passages or whatever that, you know, are available at the top here, and that, I guess, stopped some of the lava flow that was blocking some of these lower passages. So now I gotta go into some of those.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can't say I really know what I'm doing exactly. Well, that didn't work quite the way that I thought it would, but okay. Still kind of accomplished what I wanted to there, in a way. Okay. I'm gonna try to bash off the enemy to get myself some elevation there, but didn't seem like it really wanted to work that way. But now I don't know how to move upward. Oh, hello. Is it just gonna continue rotating? Jeez. Oh, really? I'm back here? I guess just because I didn't save.
I started working out again. I don't know. It's hard to get back into it when I haven't done it for so long. Like, even just working it into my schedule is hard.
Yeah.
So much going on. But I have my YMCA membership, so I really need to start using it. I mean, that membership's good for a lot of stuff, even if you don't use the gym. There's like a lot of kids stuff, programs we're using, and there's like kind of daycare services. So it is worth it, but man, if you're paying for the gym, you might as well use it.
Yeah.
That thing looks annoying. Okay, never mind. You got it. I also posted our first 100% AI edited short, and it's doing pretty well. So AI picked the conversation, it cut it the correct way, and it added subtitles. So that's pretty cool. Another weird thing about the shorts that I should mention, like I always say, I have no idea what people want in a short, because like I posted like, okay, I'm looking at the past like 5 shorts, and 3 of them did fine, not complaining. 2 of them, like, basically if I mention The Little Mermaid or Ariel, it immediately just kills the views. Like, I don't know if it's the algorithm or what, but like you know, I figured, hey, I understand people aren't interested in The Little Mermaid, but Kingdom Hearts people, you know, they might be interested in the titles or whatever. But no, it's like just mentioning Ariel is gonna kill your short for some reason. But like that was the point we were at in the playthrough for the short I was making, so it's like I don't know, what else am I gonna do? Very weird. I don't know why that just completely kills the views, but lesson learned. I don't know what people want. People liked one of our Jesus shorts, so that was cool. The thing where Jesus is more documented than Napoleon Bonaparte. I'm happy with that. People like that better than Little Mermaid and Ariel. So there you go. That's something.
Well, you know, as a Christian, it's certainly nice to hear that, you know, people have a greater interest in Jesus than in The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, it's just, I say that because usually the Christian-centered or Jesus-focused ones don't do very well. I still post them because I think it's important. Like, I think it's important for people to know, like, this is a Christian channel. A reminder, hey, we are a Christian channel. We're going to discuss the Bible, and this is important. But, like, until we have like a good number of views, you also want to be like attracting people to the channel, which is why not every short is about the Bible. I would prefer, it would be amazing to be able to like focus on the Bible and have longer discussions and read more, but like then you kind of have just like a dead channel. Gotta bring people in first, I think.
Or, if not a dead channel, you would have one that is pretty much just targeted towards people who are already Christian.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is not a bad thing.
No.
But it's not necessarily what we're going for.
Yeah, exactly.
For a second, I was like, wait, how am I supposed to get back up? But I forgot I had the like, strong jump thing.
What is that button? It's like press what to enter?
Literally just up on the stick.
Mount Horu.
Now, can I cross over to the other side? Maybe? A little bit of a boost would be appreciated. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Making a save point here. Although that wasn't exactly difficult to traverse.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, that opened up that spot. But now traversing this is going to be a bit more complicated.
Wow.
Oh, come on. Really?
Oh.
Like, why did it just stop shooting stuff at me?
Well, maybe while you're traversing this level, I can get the passage of the day out here. I picked a passage from Acts. And this will be Acts 16. And this is just about Paul traveling to different nations, spreading the word of Jesus. But it's also about like God kind of opening doors and leading Paul where to go. Because I just wanted to find something like this because I'm currently kind of like I think I know what, like, okay, so just career-wise, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do because I have like such a good job and I don't really have any complaints, but I am getting a little nervous about the job market. And so like if something ever happened, or you know, companies do this all the time where they'll just decide, okay, we want to save some money, so we're just going to lay off this whole department. And like, it doesn't matter how good of a job you're doing, and you know, none of that matters. They're just like, we just got to get rid of this department. I don't see the company I work for doing that anytime soon, but you just never know. And like, so I'm deciding what I want to do with that information, because it is getting, the job market's way different than it was like COVID or like right after COVID. Back then you could really negotiate and companies would fight for you, but now it's kind of the opposite. Like you know, they're like, well, we have so many applicants, you know, how low would you go? Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But so this passage is sort of related to that, where it's like, you know, I do believe that God kind of closes certain doors and opens other doors, and if you're allowing him to guide your life, then you're going to end up where he wants you to be and where it's going to be best for you. Obviously, that doesn't mean like everything's always going to work out, but there is a plan, kind of. That's my belief. And so, all of that to say, why, that's what kind of pulled me to this passage. So, Paul is traveling around spreading the word of Jesus, that he died for everybody's sins. And here we go. So this is Acts 16, 6 through 10, I'll do. Paul and those with him went through the areas of Phrygia and Galatia because the Holy Spirit did not allow them to tell the good news in the province of Asia. When they reached the border of Mysia, they tried to go into Bithynia, but the Spirit of Jesus did not let them go there. So they passed Mysia and went to the city of Troas. That night, Paul saw a vision. In it, a man from Macedonia came to Paul. The man stood there and begged, "Come across to Macedonia and help us." After Paul had seen the vision, we immediately prepared to leave for Macedonia. We understood that God had called us to tell the good news to those people. And then there's other instances, I think, even in this chapter where it just says like, yeah, like this one says the Holy Spirit did not allow them to tell the good news in the province of Asia. And then another time, the Spirit of Jesus did not let them go there, which I don't know why in one case they would use Holy Spirit and in one case they would use the Spirit of Jesus. But anyway, that's a different conversation. And then yeah, like Paul saw a vision of a man who begged, you know, for him to come to Macedonia, and obviously we're not gonna get like visions like that. At least
I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, I would count on it. Not all of us. Like, I know some people are supposed to have the gift, you know, to be able to receive. Like, I think there's people who are supposed to be able to receive visions. I'm not completely sure. I might go. One second. Okay. There we go. I don't know what was going on. I actually have a hard time with that because I have known people to like believe that they have a dream from God, and it's like, I don't think that's correct. Like, I don't think they actually did. I think they just have crazy dreams, and so it's hard for me to believe it when somebody says something like that. But anyway, this is a totally different. What I was trying to say is, maybe it doesn't come to us in a vision, but it could come to us from somebody else. Like, I do believe God works through people, and when certain doors close, other doors open, and then we might not know that at the time, but there's opportunities that present themselves, and you need to be kind of aware and open to those possibilities. And it's like it's a thing where, like, I feel like you'll know the right path when you're supposed to know it's the right path. Like, right now I'm kind of wrestling with what to do, but I do believe that at a certain point it'll be like, oh, you know, this makes the most sense. This is what I'm supposed to do. Or I won't really know what's going on, and then I'll end up somewhere and it'll be like, oh yeah, now I see. Like, that's why I ended up here. It all makes sense now. Like, I never thought I would live where I'm living. Growing up, I always just assumed I would stay on the West Coast. Whether it's Oregon or Washington or California, whatever, I was just like, yeah, you know, I would never move to the East Coast, but here I am. And it's definitely where I'm supposed to be. I don't know, I rambled on and kind of got sidetracked with part of that, but I hope that made sense.
Yeah, I think, you know, the big broad takeaway that I get from it is just that, like, God works with different people in different ways.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And at times, like, you might think something would make sense for it to happen one way, but it's maybe not the right time. And it's,
yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you may wonder why the Spirit would keep, you know, the disciples or whoever away from a certain area, but, you know, maybe it just wasn't the right time.
Yeah.
The trouble is, we don't know necessarily, right, especially in the moment, like, why it's not the right time, or what would make it the right time, or anything like that.
Yeah. Like, it says it did not allow them to tell the good news in the province of Asia. Like, that's a pretty big...
Now, okay, I will say, this is my, you know, Bible college knowledge coming in here. When it says the province of Asia there, it is most likely referring to what was known at the time as Asia Minor, which is essentially modern-day Turkey.
Okay, got it. That's good to know. I was thinking like China and India and like all that stuff.
Now, I mean, for them in particular, it probably also, like, meant, certainly for that moment, they also didn't go further east into Asia than that.
Yeah. And see, another thing is like, okay, it says the Holy Spirit did not allow them, and then the Spirit of Jesus did not let them do this. And I wonder if that means those, the Holy Spirit worked through somebody else, and it's like, oh, the border patrol, like the border was so heavily guarded, there was just no way for them to get through, or I'm just trying to imagine what that means. Like, I don't think it means like an angel or something was blocking them. I don't think that's the case. I think it probably meant some,
or it could have been some other vision type thing, or
that could be too,
another form of message from God, pretty much saying, hey, don't go here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is a subject that I'm sure many people have debated and tried to figure out. Like, how do you know? For Paul, it was very clear. He has a vision. The Spirit does not allow him. But like for us, it's not always as clear, which is hard when you're trying to figure out exactly what to do. Like I have like a career opportunity I'm exploring, and I just don't know if it's the right way to go. I don't think it is, but we'll see. You never know. Maybe I'm just like paranoid about this whole job market thing. I don't know. I just, like companies can just change on a dime. Like I said, for some companies, it's just like it doesn't matter how long you've been there. It doesn't matter how good of a job you do. They need to save money. Boom, gone. Like that happens all the time. You never know. Oh dang.
Yeah. I don't know. In a way, I personally am like, yeah, okay, I do wonder sometimes if I will end up losing a job just because, well, especially given my own personal experience of essentially, being fired for nothing really. But yeah, that was from a church. It's not necessarily the regular job market.
Yeah.
But also, like, the fact that I have changed jobs as many times as I have also has me a little less worried about the idea of picking up a new job just because of how many times I've already had to do it and been able to.
Yeah.
It might not necessarily be in, like, a preferred field, so to speak, but...
Right. Yeah.
It still has definitely happened.
Yeah. And it also, like, your skill set and career does matter, because I think one of the reasons I'm so nervous is because AI has changed the coding and software engineer market so much, because it's like sometimes I look at my resume and I'm like, I feel like it's respectable and I have good titles and I have good experience and job descriptions, but I can see someone looking at all of my experience and being like, well, AI could do that. Like, we don't need someone with this experience to pay. We can just have AI do all this. And so it's even though like a lot of my jobs, it's hard to put into words. Like I wear many hats and work on many different things. It's not just coding. You know, I could do a lot of different stuff that doesn't make it in the resume. But it just one of those things that, you know, people think coding is dead, or at least maybe like I said, maybe I'm just overthinking this, and I'm following the wrong people on social media. But there are a lot of humor.
Yeah, take anything from social media with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but it's also like, it's not just social media. It's like I have multiple friends and family who studied computer science to be like software engineers, and they even specifically looked at me as like, you know, an example of like, oh, you can be successful in software engineering, and they're struggling to find work. Like I have a friend who graduated and just can't find anything, and now he's looking for, like, he's going into cybersecurity because he feels like that maybe that's where he can get an edge on people, and he just can't find anything. And there's another friend of mine who is in the same position, and when you're in that position, it's like you have this degree and skill set, and do you just abandon that because you can't find work? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. It'd be so hard. I feel bad. And yeah, maybe that's just an entry level thing too. Like right now, that companies aren't looking for entry level.
Or what they say is entry level really isn't. That's a big thing with a lot of jobs that I've...
Entry level, 5 years of experience required.
But this software hasn't even existed for 5 years.
Yeah, I saw this job listing, and it was like, what did it say? Working with AI we want you to have been working with AI for 8 to 10 years. Like all this stuff, and it wasn't even that high of a job. It was like senior AI engineer. Please be, have a PhD in machine learning, and you have to be working with AI for 8 to 10 years. It's like AI, 10 years ago, no one was even talking about AI. That was not a specialty you could go into. Like machine learning, maybe, but
it really, either people didn't call it AI, or really, when I thought about AI prior to, LLMs and things like that, it was like video game AI. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What would essentially, control the behavior of the NPCs. Yeah.
The funniest thing about that job posting too was like, it sounded like they just wanted the person to make a chat bot. That's anybody can do that. Like any software engineer can figure out how to do that. You don't need
literally, I think PewDiePie has done that.
Yeah. You don't need a PhD and someone with 8 to 10 years to do that. Yeah, some of the job postings are really funny. Like that's obviously someone made that who doesn't understand anything about anything. But yeah, that happens all the time too. And that's also why, just general advice, by the way, for everybody. If you don't meet all the requirements for a job posting, that's okay. You should still apply. I also had a friend who doesn't have a degree in computer science or software engineering or anything, and he applied to an entry-level software position, and they called him specifically and was like, hey, why did you apply to this job? You don't have any experience, you don't have any degree. And he was like, I was just really, I'm willing to learn anything. I'm just you know, somehow that got his foot in the door, was that they were like impressed that he was trying to get a job he was not qualified for, and they were like interested, like maybe this guy is really passionate and we can do something with that. He didn't end up getting the job, but you know, just general advice, you can apply for stuff you're not totally qualified for.
Oh jeez, I just did something here in this game that I was not mentally prepared for. How am I supposed to navigate that quickly enough?
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. You need the dash that you don't have.
I tried to shortcut that kind of, and it didn't work.
It's hard.
That time it did.
Jeez, this is crazy.
Okay. I escaped. But what did that do? I guess it opened this up down here. For the moment, I might actually like to exit this spot and, like... Or, if it'll let me make a save point here, yeah. Okay, that'll work.
This might be a good time to end this episode.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Making some progress through Mount Horu.
Yeah. Faux show.
Might wrap it up in the next episode.
Yeah. That sounds good.
So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what we do next.
Yeah.
And yeah, otherwise, until next time. Goodbye, everybody.